Okay, so that brings us now to virtual security. Okay, so what is virtual security? Virtual security is generally provided for virtualized environment or virtual network or sandboxing environment. So virtualization refers to the technology that provides an abstraction of a computing resource such as Windows operating system and Windows resources that you find for a computer. Those hardware resources can be provided to run a software, to run an operating system. So this simulated environment is called a virtual machine, a VMware. So you have got from Oracle, you've got VirtualBox from I think from one of the companies like Microsoft has taken over, I think. We have got known as VMware software, okay, VM player or VM workstation software that can create virtual machines, and you can run the virtual machine on top of your operating system. So right now I'm running Windows 10. I can run VMware software and create another operating system running on top of my operating system. I can have 3-4 operating systems that could be running at the same time. So full virtualization allows multiple full operating system instances to execute in a virtual environment with a virtual hardware. And all this basically runs typically just like an operating system, but it will be slightly slower because it is running on top of an operating system. So it gives you everything that an operating system gives. Okay, interfaces, hardware, communication. You can also open up a browser inside your virtual machine. You can also go onto the internet and so on and so forth. So there are a number of additional security concerns regarding this type of virtual systems or virtual operating systems or virtual machines that you create. So consequences are because of you are running multiple operating systems side by side. So there's some software called hypervisor. Hypervisor is an interface between your operating system that is running on the platform of this computer and the VM software that runs on top of it. So there are different ways of configuring it. It's called the hypervisor. So hypervisor basically stands as a layer above the hardware and your operating system and your virtual machines. So here's an example of alternate. So this is called virtualization alternate. So we can see it can be of a type 1 or a type 2. So you can see type 1 could be something like this. You can see that has got multiple hypervisors that it is running. So in a type 1 hypervisor, you can see you have got the hardware, but then you've got a hypervisor, and then you got the guest software 1 and guest software. So this is called the type 1 hypervisor. Notice that the operating system hardware is actually built in as part of your hypervisor. But if you go with the type 2 hypervisor, you got the hardware and then you have got the operating system. So operating systems such as Windows and Linux and Unix operating system. And on top of that, you run the hypervisor, and the hypervisor is going to give you a virtual environment for virtual machine. Okay. So just to let you know what this could appear like. So here you got the hardware and the hypervisor running together. This could be like you could be running Windows, for example, Windows 98 operating system. Here you might be running Windows, say 10. So you can run 2 different Windows on the same hypervisor. So this can also go onto the internet. This can also go onto the internet. They can interact. So they'll become 2 virtual machines. So this is virtual machine 1. This is virtual machine 2. Okay, in another scenario where you're using type 2 hypervisors, so you have the hardware, which is your computer, so your PC motherboard. Then you have the Windows, let's say it is Windows 10. So you're running Windows 10 that is installed on the hardware that is provided by the computer. Then you install the software called a hypervisor, which is a third-party hypervisor that you install. And on top of this hypervisor, then you're running virtual machine 1 and virtual machine 2. So this is VM2 and this is VM1. So this is how you can run. Now, quite a lot of times, these hypervisors also can support additional support for application, different applications. So you can see in this type 1, which is similar to this. So they both are same. So you can see in this case, you got the hardware and the hypervisor, and here the operating system is built into that hypervisor. Or you can have just like this. So this was built in. Here you can separate the hypervisor that runs on top of the hardware, but on the hypervisor, so you have got the operating system 1 that could be like say Linux system, and this one could be a Windows operating system that you can run, and these becomes virtual machines. So these are VM1, VM2, VM2, and then you might have many more VMs. So VM3, so then VM4, like that. And you notice that each VM can have multiple applications and services. So quite a lot of time you find these type of setup in a cloud environment, because cloud environment has got huge amount of resources, huge amount of processing power, huge amount of RAM, huge amount of resources to store data and so on. So such type of cloud-based computing, you will be creating a lot of operating systems and lot of applications that are running, such as websites. You see so many websites on the internet. Most of these websites are hosted as an application. So this could be, say, one of the domains, www domain. This could be another www domain, because it is running HTTP and HTTPS, both secure as well as non-secure services are running on those systems. So this is what you find in cloud. So cloud-based computing will be running like that. So here we have got a virtual machine that includes an operating system, and you have got a guest operating system on top of that. Okay, so we can see we have got a host operating system, but then you have a guest operating system, and the guest operating system is running a couple of applications here on top of your hypervisor. Note that this hypervisor is managing quite a lot of things in this area, but here you can also run on top of your application. You can run your regular applications like your Windows, Outlook, browsers, and so on. That can also interact. So they can also go onto the internet. These guys also can go onto the internet.
The Victorian Institute of Technology has other great videos covering many different topics. Please check them out, and thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe the video for more great content like this.